Welcome, Superintendent Booth and board members of the Howard County Public School System. I'm Candace Daniels, Coordinator for Human Resources. It's my hope to spend the next 10 minutes with you, sharing some of the highlights and positive impacts the integration of the District Technology Training Plan, or DTTP for short, will have on teachers, administrators, and students of Howard County. So as not to take up too much of your time, let me ask, how many of you have had a chance to at least skim over the DTTP? It's not a problem if you haven't. However, just so you understand the basics about the plan, here are some of the highlights. The plan was created to support the county's current technology plan by providing detailed steps as to how we will approach the professional development of current and future teachers and administrators. The 8 trainings identified were specifically requested by the teachers and administrators themselves via an email survey they received in February. This training plan has an aggressive timeline for training development, integration, and assessment of all 8 opportunities with an end goal of May 2014. And lastly, the training content creation has already begun for the second largest proposed training for 2 reasons. 1, to highlight for you the training feasibility, and 2, to showcase my commitment in seeing the DTTP come to fruition. Now, there's one very important component missing from the DTTP that I've actually brought to share with you today, and that is the financial impact of the integration of the DTTP on the district. I know money is always a concern. However, the Howard County Public School System has a track record for making wise financial decisions as far as technology. So I asked you to take a look at the current technology plan. A majority of the technology plan budget will be spent on the acquisition of new technology, as denoted here in green, and the rest on professional development for teachers and administrators, as denoted in gray. This is the allotment that I hope you will consider using to support the integration of this district technology training plan. Some of you may be questioning why we should spend new funds to educate teachers on old technology. And I would answer, 1, because we've already made an investment in the technology, and 2, survey results from teachers and administrators don't seem to reflect that technology is being integrated consistently by all teachers. Reasoning stem from teachers being unsure as to how certain technologies can support learning within their particular discipline. Take, for instance, the survey results that led to the development of the DTTP Smart Board training. You might be thinking, we already offer a training on the use of smart boards. Why do we need another one just for math teachers? Well, because a majority of the math teachers that completed the survey cited the smart board as one of the least used technologies. Now, it's not to say that introductory training provided for all teachers and administrators is not helpful. However, for this group of individuals, the current county training fails to provide concrete examples as to what smartboard technology features are available and applicable in the math settings. As such, the DTTP version of this smartboard training was developed at the request of and specifically to answer the questions of math teachers. The same is true for all the trainings featured in the DTTP, with the exception of the last 2. Fluency Podcast and Blogging Basics expands the professional development opportunities in ways the other 6 do not. These 2 trainings will capitalize on the platform identified for the creation of e-learning courses for our high school students. They'll be posted on the county's intranet for whoever is interested. As a result, not only will the 1,049 teachers that requested additional training in this area benefit, but the opportunity is available for every teacher and administrator in the county. To borrow from Yoon et al.'s 2007 research, reviewing the evidence on how teachers' professional development affects students' achievement, we understand that there's a 3-step process. Step 1, teachers enhance their knowledge and skills, which lead to step 2, improve classroom teaching, resulting in step 3, a rise in student achievement. That means that these trainings alone will have a significant impact on the 50,000 plus students we service daily. Similar to Smartboard training for math teachers, reading, writing, and recording, ebooks and the emerging reader, absent students and science labs, and social media focus on a particular subset of teachers and administrators, offering the same resounding impact. One such impact being on staff morale. Can you imagine how teachers and administrators' morale will increase when they feel the county is making an investment in the developing technology skills based on solicited feedback? If the Summer Institute for School Improvement, which was birthed in 2010 for similar reasons, is any indication, I'd be willing to bet it'll skyrocket. Currently, the 4,646 teachers and administrators of Howard County average a 15-year tenure. Just think how long they'll stay with us if we continue to invest in the areas of training they deem important. So now that you all understand the potential impact associated with integrating our, I'm sorry, now that you all understand the potential impact associated with investing in our teachers and administrators, let me break down just how much that investment will cost. I'll start with some numbers everyone likes to hear when it comes to spending money. Fluency Podcast training, creation, integration, and assessment, free. Blogging basics, creation, integration, and assessment, free. As I mentioned previously, we already have the platform in place for these two e-lessons. Here's one more for you. Cloud computing, the art of efficiency training. The largest training proposed in the DTTP is also free. Well, not exactly. The plan calls for integrating this training into the week-long Summer Institute for School Improvement. I would like to replace the Microsoft Office Overview and Advanced Skills Training, which has consistently received low scores by teachers and administrators in necessity, with cloud computing. This frees the funds associated with the MS Overview training to cover the expenditures associated with integrating this new training. The last 5 trainings are the ones that will require financial backing by the county. I'll start with reading, writing, and recording as it's already detailed for you in the DTTP. Although it's the second largest training, it actually costs the least to present. As you may have noticed, the associated cost with this training really goes into financing the 9 additional HR liaisons, train the trainer, and week-long training stipends. Even still, the $3,500 cost associated with a week-long training is little to nothing when you consider the resounding impacts this professional development opportunity will have on the 1,110 teachers and administrators and their students. I'd say it's well worth the cost, as is the $146,500 necessary to provide the last 4 training opportunities. It's important to recognize that these trainings cost more to facilitate because they are planned for when school is in session, opposed to prior to or after. As such, a majority of the funds go to cover the associated costs with providing substitutes for the teachers and administrators attending the trainings. This accounts for $139,120 of those dollars. The remaining $7,380 will cover items similar to those detailed for the reading, writing, and recording training, which is mostly printed material. That brings the grand total for all the DTTP featured trainings to $150,000. It is fair to say, based on the plan structure, almost all teachers in the county will participate in at least 2 trainings, which divides out to a little over $32 per teacher and administrator. But given the generous return on staff morale and the impact on student learning outcomes because of the increased successful integrations of technology into all curriculums, I believe, as I hope you now do as well, that the integration of this district technology training plan is more than worth the investment. So I conclude with 2 questions. 1, what questions do you have for me? And 2, can I count on your support for integrating this district technology training plan? Well, if there are no additional questions, I thank you for your time and attention, and I look forward to your decision. Thank you.